Record. So you want to build an open house website and you want to put an agent on the website?
Yes, that's correct.
So the three things we have to build. The first thing is we have to build the website, obviously, or the landing page of where this data is going to be housed. The second thing we got to build is a path for the bot. And then the third is we have to build the actual bot that you want to respond. So I'm going
Okay.
to go in three different steps here. The first step is the easiest step is you're going to click on sites. And if you're on the top bar, depending on your zoom in and out, you're going to click on sites and then you're going to click on chat widget. Okay.
Okay.
Once you're in here, you're going to create a website chat widget. And there's a bunch of them in here that you can do. Probably an all-in-one would be pretty, universal. You could just do live chat if it's just, sitting on one site. Or we could do maybe a voice AI if you wanted to actually talk through the speaker. But I'll just do an all-in-one just to make it easy.
Okay.
Once you're in here, you're gonna select where can this bot respond, what channels and stuff it can respond on.
Okay.
Opening initial message, the style that you want it to be, the icon, and if I move this little black dot, you'll see it better. This icon, what you want this icon to be down here in the bottom. And you can even upload your own image, right? So if I want Goat Genie as my image, you can see it now I changed it to whatever image I want.
Okay.
Theme. So when this is open, what type of theme do you want? Or you can choose your own. Welcome message, custom greetings, things like that. You can plug all this in. So if they come back and they're already in the CRM, this will pull in their name. And if you click, just go down these lines, maybe you want to replace this girl's image with a different image. Maybe you want to put it in a different spot on the website. You can do that. And then you can do the chat window, and you just kind of go through all these messaging and to set it up. Just answer the questions, right? What type of language, and then which voice agent are we going to use? We'll have to come back and select that. The voice agent's name and description. Customer support phone number. So you'll select all this stuff.
Okay.
So most of it's already pre-programmed, but is there hours that you want set up, that type of thing. You don't need HIPAA, and you probably don't need that. But once you do this, you're going to click save.
Okay.
Okay, and let's give it a name up here, and we're just going to call demo uh, website.
Well, where in the with the chat widget do we feed it the information? For example, on an open house, I was just thinking of cutting and pasting from the listing and basically feeding it to the agent, to the chat agent. Wh
Yep.
wh where in the process do you do that?
When we actually build the agent.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
so now we have pretty much the path between the website and the agent. So now we have the communication path, right?
Okay. Okay.
Uh, and we probably should connect two different agents here because we've added voice chat where you can call it, and we'll come back to this. But
Okay.
most of it's already pre-built. The next thing you're going to want to do I'm just going to open up another window here, is under sites. You're either going to want to build a funnel or a website for your open house, right?
Okay.
So probably a funnel. We could build it with AI, or we can go in here and just pick a template. And if I did real estate, let's see if there's anything in here for real estate. Yep. Property leads.
So if we create this as a funnel, we can boost that on Facebook if we wanted to. Is that correct or not?
You can.
You can. Okay.
Um, just trying to see if there was something on here that I liked off the top of my home lending. I don't know. I'll just choose this one
Okay.
just so we have a starting point. Mm. Or we can build a custom one too. That's another thing that we can do. Actually, there's four things that need to happen. So it's gonna populate all the stuff in here. When you're in the funnel or the website, you're gonna go over here to settings and see where it says chat agent or
Yeah.
chat widget. We're gonna go in and the one that we just built is we're gonna put there and then we're gonna click save.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to connect the chat agent to the funnel or to the website. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
We'll build this. The next thing that we're gonna have to do, and we'll come back and design this. I'm just waiting for it to load. You're gonna want to click on the gear, and if you don't have your domain already attached, we're gonna click on domains and we're gonna add your domain so that we can make the website live on the internet. So we can either buy a domain, we can transfer and host it for you if you need help with that, or you can just connect a domain.
Okay.
Okay. And if you need help putting in your DNS records and things like that, we can help you with that.
Okay.
Once the domain's connected and you're under this setting, this is where we're going to select which domain this page is going to be on. And each step is going to be a page on that domain. So it'd be, danmellis.com/open house one or landing page one, that type of thing. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we have our live chat agent, we have our landing page or website that we're going to host it on. We connected our domain. Then we're going to go back and we're going to build the actual AI agent. So I would probably build, in this case, I'd probably build a voice and a conversation one because right here we put chat,
Yeah.
live chat, and live call. That's the only reason why I'd build a voice one. If I took off this option, I would only build a conversation one.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm building a conversation AI, I'm going to go in here and click create bot, and then we have three different paths that we could go. We could do one that is guided, so good for lead capture forms, appointment booking, things of that nature. We can do one that's prompt based, where we give it a prompt, or we could do flow based, more of follow this path.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to do this because it's super easy to do. And what's the goal is to answer questions or book appointments.
Book appointments.
Okay. And are we booking appointments for the open house? Or are we booking appointments for them to get approved?
Booking appointments for the open house.
Okay. So we have to do a fifth step because we're not booking for you, we're booking for someone else, right?
Correct.
So so we got step one, step two, step three. Domain is four, and calendar is five.
Okay.
So you're gonna click on the gear, and then you're gonna click on calendars, and then we're gonna create a new calendar. Depending on how we want to do this, I'd probably put a personal or a class if you were gonna have multiple people book at the same time.
Okay.
And I could show you guys how to build the calendar. So in here, we're gonna give it a voice. Or create a voice, brand voice. We're going to give it a name. So uh, I'm just going to call this one Bob. And then we're going to select what channel the bot can respond on down here.
Okay.
So if we didn't want Instagram, Facebook, and text, this is more just for this live chat. I'm going to select those ones,
Okay.
right? And then this is going to be the bot's initial message. So we could say, you know, I would probably gear it something towards that open house if we were going to put this bot on that open house. So,
Okay.
uh, howdy. I'm just making this up as I go. This is Bob. How may I assist you today? Right, as an opening message.
Uh-huh.
Time before responding. This is from when they text or live chat versus the bot responding. I would recommend if you want it to be like ultra on the go, 2, 7, something like that would probably be pretty fast. My bots are usually around 35 to 40 seconds, and so I'm just gonna put 36 just to make a round number. It's not too slow, but it's not too fast, is what I've kind of. So you'll play with that speed and determine if you want the bot to respond faster or not.
Okay.
Then we're going to set up bot goals in here, and we're going to say, okay, what items do we want to collect from the contact or the person that's in? So we want to ask for their first name, and we want to put it in the first name field. We want to ask for their email. We want to ask for their phone. I would assume those are probably the minimum. But we can add additional questions down here. And if it's already filled, we already have that info, maybe we should skip it.
Okay.
Once you have the calendar built, we're going to select what calendar we want that one to book on. So that's why we have to build that fifth step as a calendar. So I'm just going to select this calendar for this example. And do we want it to trigger any workflows once the appointment has been booked? So we can build additional workflows. Maybe we want a reminder text to go out, or we want, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
And then do you want the bot to cancel the appointment? Do you want the bot to reschedule the appointment? Those type of things can also happen. And then receive email notification if the bot doesn't know the answer. And then you would get an email and you would select who you want that email to go to.
Okay.
So this would be everyone in the CRM. This would be the person that's assigned to it. This would be you because you're the admin. Maybe we only want Alan to get it. Maybe he's like an assistant or something that is covering that, or maybe I just want these to go to this one custom email that I already have.
Okay, so if you wanted it to just go, the email notifications just go into, for example, the realtor that lists the listing agent, basically,
You'd
easy
put
to,
the listing agent's email in here,
or the buyer's agent.
buyer's agent. Yep.
Would it be for specific users if I have them already in my
If they're a
listing account?
user, then you could select them as the user. If they're not in your CRM, then you can put it external by using this one.
Okay, so if they're in my CRM as a contact, would I
As a
use them?
contact or as a user?
Uh, well, I think I have like I has a bunch of realtors in my CRM as contacts. And let's say one of them's doing an open house.
You would, so the users have access to the CRM, right? Contacts or peep is like an address book. So you would want to do a custom email in that case
Okay,
and then put that person's email there.
okay.
Yep.
Just want to make sure. Okay,
Yeah. So I'm just going to select none for now and then click save.
okay.
And then we have three options. We have turn this bot off, suggestive, which gives you up to three different responses, but doesn't send them. So it's saying, hey, you should respond this way, or this way, but they're not sending them. And then this is full autopilot. It does it all on its own. So save and close. Now we have Bob. He's currently at suggestive. These are the paths that he's on. And I want to go in here and edit Bob. Sorry about that. Okay, so in Bob, we kind of went through the guided setup in here. A couple other things you can do is you if Bob can read images or voicemails, you can put Bob to sleep if you respond. And how long do you want to put Bob to sleep for? Right? So if you're in there chatting, you don't want the bot to chat alongside you. Training the bot, this is where we would add a training knowledge base, and maybe this is going to be info on that property. We could
So
change that voice around or edit that voice, or we can
so
create a new voice.
if we go back one step to the bot training for just a
Uh-huh.
second. So this would be the step where you're selecting a knowledge base. It says where do you teach the bot? So let's just say it's a cut and paste of a listing,
Sure.
basically, and we're
Yeah, so
putting
you're
that
going to
in.
go up here to knowledge bases, or you can create a new knowledge base here. And then you have knowledge bases that are listed, right?
Okay.
But let's
Uh-huh.
say we don't have one. Let's say all these are deleted. We're just going to delete all these real quick.
Well, so you just go up to oh, sorry.
You're good.
Oh, I saw something that says search. Okay, so you need to add for each open house address, create knowledge base.
I would keep them separate so that it doesn't get confused.
That's what I'm thinking. Create a knowledge base for each individual open house.
Yep. So let's say this is 123 Main Street.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I'm going to name this knowledge base.
Okay.
Don't worry about a description. You can put it in if you want. Okay. Well, now we have a knowledge base for 123 Main Street. Now we can add knowledge from a web URL, FAQs, tables, rich text, or we can upload documents. So PDFs, Word docs, things like that, and train the bot that way.
Okay.
So if you have an MLS listing, you can click File Upload, upload the listing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it will train on everything on that listing.
Okay.
What the heck happened? Like I froze. Oh, there it goes. Super weird. Okay. And website, you just add a website, and then this will tell you all your knowledge bases that are attached to that one knowledge base.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now that we have our knowledge base, we'd go back to conversation. We'd click on agent list. We'd click on Bob. We'd go to bot training, and then we would connect one or multiple knowledge bases for that agent.
Got it.
Voice, I can walk you guys through this if you guys want. This is where you're going to create your brand voice, your website, your email, your company, your hours, all that stuff. Pretty simple to do. And then you can change like the tone and stuff if you want as well. Bot goals. This is where we're going to give it different goals that we want it to do. Pause the bot after booking the appointment, transfer it to this employee after booking the appointment, those type of things. And then we have additional instructions that we want to give the bot. We can do it here as well.
Okay.
So we can give it guidelines down here. And you can put up to 2,000 characters in there if you like. Dashboard is going to be where you can, uh, how many contacts is it talking to, over what channels, that type of thing. So that's if you wanted a guided setup. If we
Okay.
didn't want a guided setup, we can do what's called a prompt based, and you'd get more options here. And I'm just going to do a Q&A one just to make it easy. And we're going to call this Bob 2. And as you can see, most of the stuff is the same, but now we have the ability to actually edit the prompt. So this is going to be Dan sells real estate, right?
Uh-huh.
And I did 36 seconds on the last one, and I want this one to go up to 20 messages, and it can go to sleep after 2 hours. Save. But really, what I want to show you is in this section,
Okay.
we're going to give it the same knowledge base. And now we're at the goal section. So that last one was a little bit more user friendly, but it doesn't allow you to do as many things. So you can't change, like here we can change to different uh, OpenAI LLMs. We can actually go in and give it a personality. We can query a different goal, and we can add a lot more information uh, via prompt. So this is where you would add different things, and down here is a list for prompt guidelines. Now, if you look at the very bottom, you have additional things that we can do. We can then now have it add to one or multiple calendars. Still can trigger a workflow. We can collect different contact information. We can tell the bot when to stop, right?
Right. Right.
And we can actually when to turn over to you. So wants to talk to the buyer's agent, right? Or talk to a human, or I want to talk to the loan officer. Those type of things you can now interject. When does the bot actually pivot from bot mode to you? You could schedule auto follow-ups now. So maybe uh, 15 minutes or one day or whatever the case may be. If they stop responding, so let's say that You send out a message, the bot is going back and forth, and all of a sudden they stop.
The customer stops?
Yeah, customer just stops texting or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Now, under prompt mode, we can enable follow up with this one in 2 hours if they stop responding, or 2 days, or whatever the case may be. And if they don't answer, then maybe now go 2 days. And you could just let AI send the message for you, or you could trigger a workflow, but you could just keep going, and that's if the contact stopped. If the contact's busy or the contact requested you to follow up, now we can say, okay, here, contact requested follow up time, let the bot follow up at that requested time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So now you're always on time. And we have a last one you can transfer to another bot, from one bot to another bot. So maybe you have this one more programmed for the open house, but they're really interested on how to get approved, and maybe you have a bot that can pre-approve a client or something. This is when you would want to transfer from the open house bot to the loan bot,
Okay.
as an example. Okay.
All right.
Couple things that you can do to improve quality is you can copy this link right here. I'll put it in the chat,
Hey,
but it's
Jeff,
in everyone's CRM.
this is kind of an aside to the project, so my apologies, but
You're
as you're
good.
going through things, I had some questions. So, within the workflow of that bot, like for them to, they stop receiving uh, communication from the human, uh, and you set it for 2 hours for the next update or something along those lines. Um, this is on the previous screen. If you in between that 2 hour period of time, is there a way to put into a workflow that you send an email and that way when they do answer back, they can respond to the chat bot can talk, hey, we sent you this email with some additional information. And if you have any questions, something along those lines, if you have any
Yeah, so
questions.
you click trigger workflow, and you can also
Okay.
you could have both, just so you know, or you could just have
Okay.
one. But let's say, okay, you're going back and forth on texts, and they go dark, and 2 hours goes by, and then it will send a message. You can also send this trigger this workflow, and then we'd select whatever workflow we want to build to
Okay.
start.
Wow. Okay. Boy,
Yep.
that's powerful. And then I had one more question. Sorry about this.
Yeah, you're good.
If I understand from looking through this, you're clicking off some stuff, but you can include these chatbots in like a Facebook ad campaign. Is that correct?
So conversation, if we go back to the very beginning here where the settings are,
Yeah.
you would select what communication channels it can respond on, and it can respond on Instagram DMs, Facebook, text message, WhatsApp,
Okay.
chat, or live chat.
So you can embed into a Facebook ad campaign, you can embed these chat agents or AI agents or whatever. You could put that into the campaign, right?
Yeah, so if you were here last week, I shared basically how to comment on comments on a Facebook post.
Okay.
And then from there, how to send out a Facebook private message or an Instagram DM. And then
Huh.
from there, now you can set up a bot to respond to all those messages for you.
Wow. Okay.
Do you have that recording of last week's that you could send out?
I do.
Okay. Could you
I do.
send that to me for last week so I could see that?
Yep. Yep. So you just want to be a little careful. If you have a bunch of bots that are autopilot, we may want to turn on and off different bots with automation or workflows on the back end. So
Is
if you
there a
have a
com?
bunch of different pipelines going, the bot doesn't know the difference between the pipelines unless we set up some sort of automation. So I can show you guys kind of how to do that as well. But once you have the goals and everything, and if you're in the prompt based, a couple things that I do for prompting. Again, this link is right here. Prompt guidelines. You can just copy the link. I throw it in ChatGPT and I say, here are the prompt guidelines link. I want to build a AI agent that responds via web chat, live chat, etc. This agent will be for my open house, and just give it a ton of info.
Okay.
Can you build me the best prompt to use for the personality goals and everything else? 3 different prompts are needed. I want the AI agent to be able to schedule showings, right? Something like this. And the more detailed, the better it's going to be, of course. But then AI will go in here and it'll start building you the prompt to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Persona, behaviors, what to say, what not to say, frequently asked questions. You can even have this thing build out all your FAQs and stuff and upload those into the knowledge base. Pretty powerful.
Wow.
So all you would do is you'd copy that prompt, you'd put it right here, and right here. There's 3 boxes. So let's say we did that, and now we want to test it, right? So we can go over here to where it says test your bot. This doesn't cost you anything. You could just type in a message and whatever prompt you have, maybe you want to tweak it. This is where you'll be able to see, uh, right? So, hey there, what can I help you with? Any questions about real estate? I want to buy a house. Not sure where to start. Can you help me? Right? Whatever. I don't know how clients respond, but um,
So going back a step with the first prompt that comes back from the chat bot just up top, not prompt, but over on the right hand side,
yeah,
uh, just at the top where it says looking to buy, sell, or have some questions about real estate. Can you ask, how do you set it up? So are you looking to, do you have questions about 12005 Main Street or
it's
whatever?
going to be in here in this prompt.
Okay, so you put it in up here, is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. So this is going to be the personality.
Okay,
So that you know what a personality is, right? This is the goal. The goal is to schedule appointments,
okay,
right, for this open house, and then here is going to be where all the guidelines are, and you
okay,
can click and make these bigger. Um, and you could say, opening line, use this line, and you can do the whole thing.
okay.
So maybe you want emojis, you take this out. Does that make
Where,
sense?
yeah, where would you put in that you want to specifically have the conversation about a specific open house address that you're holding?
Where would I put that at?
Yeah, where would you put that in on the
I
stuff
would
that you
build it
built?
in this prompt
Okay.
and I'd give all the details. So like, do you have an address?
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm just thinking so if you have an open house, it's a specific address. And if you're building a
Here,
bot for that
I
open
own a
house,
property.
okay,
I'll just do this. Here's a property that I own. So let's just say
okay.
I go to Zillow and this is the MLS and I want to copy this link and I want to go here, make this, uh, make these prompts only about this property.
Ah, okay.
Whoops. Of course, I can't copy today. The client will have questions about this home, the neighborhood. Why didn't I spell that wrong? Etc. I don't know how I came up with that. Okay. So now it's going to go and build it off of this prompt.
Okay.
You're an open house bot, friendly help for this property, right? So now if I copy this, whatever, let's just say this is uh what is the prompt for what is the prompt that I use for the personality? Where was I? Here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to use for the personality. Copy, and I'm going to copy all this, and now I just changed it and click save. Now, what is the prompt for the goal? Looks like simple and clear, or you can go more advanced, high conversion lead capture scheduling, you know, depending on what you want to do. So I like this one. I'm just going to do this, and you actually don't need goal. Right. And now the prompt for everything else. This is where you're going to get all your rules and stuff. So right now it's saying before scheduling, always collect these things, those type of things.
Okay.
So I'm going to copy all the way up to here, and I'm going to take this out and paste it in. Now I'm going to click save. And I built this really quick. So I haven't gone in obviously and tested it, but I want to reset this bot. Where's my, oh, here. And I want to test this new prompt, right?
Right.
Hello and welcome. How can I say about this property? You have any questions?
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. How many bedrooms? So it doesn't have the exact number. So now we have to go over here and add the exact number, or we got to train it with the exact number in FAQs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So always going through and testing it here
Mm-hmm.
is important. So just to recap, we're going to build a widget. We're going to build a calendar. We're going to build a landing page or or a funnel or a website. We're going to build an AI agent, and then we're going to connect it all together and launch it.
Beautiful.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Pretty damn cool. That's really something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So class bookings, this would be like if one person and multiple people can come at once. If you want private, one-on-one, it'd probably be like this. So I would say this is for 123 Main Street, and this is the person that they're going to book on, and this is going to be the link, that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
And this is the availability, and this is the location that they're going to meet, and you build out that calendar. I don't know if that makes
Yeah, that
complete
makes
sense or not.
sense. So you could
Uh,
build for each open house that you have for each realtor, you would build a separate calendar out basically for them for that open house.
or one for, I would just probably put them in. I'd probably build one. Well, you're only going to do one open house at a time, so I'd probably just edit the open house calendar with the dates and then leave the calendar the same,
Okay,
or build them as a user in my system and connect their calendar type thing, so
that
they get the calendar reminders.
okay, that makes
So,
sense. Yeah.
same thing with voice. So we did a conversation one, but let's say we want to do a voice agent. We can go up here, create an agent, and we could build a custom agent just like what we did. Or I can bring in an agent like I have here. This one's about mortgage. The only difference, there doesn't need to be two of these, uh, is this one can be actually a phone call. The other one is chat, text, that type of thing. So this one is where we actually pick a voice, and is it inbound? Is it outbound? How do they talk? Um, that type of thing.
Okay.
What phone number are they attached to? Are they only answering your calls when you don't answer? That type of thing.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah.
Once you have, let's just say we have all this stuff built. It all goes out there. How do you build a workflow for all this?
Well, there isn't a workflow because we were telling it when to respond. The
Okay,
workflow would be when to turn on and off the bot.
okay.
So I can go through that real quick if you'd like. And if I'm going too fast for anyone, please let me know. Speak up. Or I can go over more on a funnel. How to build in this funnel. Um, whatever you guys need help with. So if I was going to build an automation or a workflow, I'd click on automation up here, and I would create a new automation, and we can have AI do it for us. I build all my stuff from scratch, and this would be, turn off AI bot 123 Main Street, right? So I know what bot it is without opening it. So the trigger is what's going to start it. So whatever we want to start it, down here, we're going to type in AI and update conversation bot and status. So maybe this is where we want to transfer it to a different bot, or maybe we want to turn this bot from active to inactive. Now we have a choice. Do we ever want to turn this bot back on or not? That type of thing. So you can put in here if uh, a lead comes in, pipeline change, right?
Okay.
Turn off this bot. If it's in this part of the pipeline, turn off this bot. So we can go in here and type in find an opportunity. Whoops. Gotta click on one of these. And we want an opportunity that was created. And we're looking for opportunities that are in this pipeline. Maybe they're in our partner's pipeline, right? They're not a loan, they're not a real estate, that type of thing. But if they're in this pipeline, maybe we want to turn off the bot. And if they're not in that pipeline, we can leave the bot on. So now we have a logic that we can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is, are they in the loan partners pipeline? Yes, we found them. Turn it off. No. Okay. Are they in this other pipeline? So find opportunity. Maybe they're not in the partners, but maybe they're in our funded loans, or maybe they're in our recruiting, right? Okay, they're not in this pipeline. Are they in this pipeline? Are they in this pipeline? And if they're in these four pipelines, I want to have them all turn off, which is you could just do a go to, or we could just copy and paste this down, depending on how big they are. Go to save a lot of space. Does that make sense? How I built
Yeah.
that?
Yes, it does.
And so that'd be something that would turn off or turn on. Well, you could do it the opposite way. Contact added could be a trigger. Are they in this pipeline? Go turn this bot on, right? And then if they hit this pipeline, turn off these bots, that type of thing. And if you have multiple bots, you would copy this, copy action, and just paste it. And this is for Bob, and this one's for Bob too, right? So you can change the bots to turn off multiple bots down the same line. Good?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so now you mentioned the other thing is a workflow or an automation. Those words we use interchangeably. But you wanted to send an email, right?
Yeah.
So this would be an email that you're sending. I wouldn't put a trigger on it if you're putting it in this bot. Remember where follow up? You asked how to build the email
Yeah.
on the follow up. I think it was under goals. Auto follow up. So after 2 hours, we want to trigger this workflow, and we want this workflow to be email, which it would pull up once I publish it, and that we would select this workflow that we're going to build. The reason why I wouldn't put a trigger on is nothing can go into it unless it comes from that bot. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
So a trigger allows it to enter. We're telling it to start this workflow. So nothing will enter unless it comes from this bot because there's no trigger on the thing. And then right here is where I draft that email and send the client an email. Right? This is where I draft up the email and the subject line and who it's from and all that stuff. Good?
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions about any of those steps for connecting bots, building a funnel, building a chat agent, connecting it all, any of that stuff that I can answer.
I think watching the video again would help. Just need to get it up into the class recordings.
Oh, we finally got this live last week too. I don't know if you guys saw this, but we can now delete multiple workflows at once instead of having to do them all individually.
Jeff,
Remember where I couldn't
Oh yeah.
draft or undraft them all at once? So I can click every workflow and draft them all in one go. I can move them all around. I can delete them all. So
hey,
cleanup would be a lot easier. That's a new thing that just came out.
That's how
Jeff,
I
sorry if I missed this, but on my version, so I'm under my user. If I go in there and delete some of these workflows, it doesn't affect anybody else.
That is correct.
just careful what you delete because one
Uh,
workflow talks to another workflow that talks to another workflow.
sometimes,
Sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Uh, but that's fine. You can delete them. I have copies of everything.
Jeff, I got a 3:30 I gotta leave for, so I'll
See you,
chat with you.
see you, buddy. Uh, any other questions that I can answer about the bots, about landing pages?
Did this start, Jeff?
I'm sorry, sir.
What time did this start?
An hour ago,
Oh crap. Okay. My
we went
my
through the launch pad first. So if you're new to Goat Genie, this isn't a this it's always going to be here. It's easy to find. It's called here's how you create a contact. Here's how you import a contact. All of them have videos. All of them take you to the right spot once you click on it, so you don't have to go and be like, "Oh, which spot is it in?" Um, that type of thing. How to generate a lead with a funnel, how to set up, communication, how to book appointments, it should help understand the system a lot easier by going through this guided setup.
Yeah, my bad, man. I converted the time zones, kind of screwed
You're
up there.
good.
I'll
You're
hop in the
good.
next one.
You're good. You're good.
Keep on
Je-
forgetting we have next time and then we have Pacific Standard Time.
We got Central Time, Eastern Time, we got Hawaii time. We got a
Got
bunch of
Northwest
time.
Indiana time too.
I just wish
That's
I had
true.
more time.
Hey Jeff, do you
I
have any
mean,
landing pages built for like hosting seminars like Level Up, etc.?
I built one. Let me look here. And I could probably copy it if you'd like. I built one, but I'm not using it. I just built it real quick. Maybe I didn't build it. Oh, here. something like this.
Yeah, I was gonna try and put something together for Tampa,
Okay.
and then each time it changes, just change the address, location, and time, and then use the same kind of calendar and add.
Let me show you how to build it.
Okay.
You're going to go to sites. You're going to go to funnels. Click new funnel, and I would probably build this from scratch. And I'll call this level up. And then I'm going to add a funnel step. And I'll just call this level up. And path is going to be level up and create funnel step. File downloads. Yeah, 1 second. Publish. Well, I don't know what I did. Okay. So I'll just create from blank. So we have a clean slate. And then from here, I would probably go up here to this plus, and I'd start building out different elements that I would want, or sections that I would want if you have, pre-built sections, things like this. And these all can be pulled right in. We could save different things from other websites, um, buttons. We can bring in forms or surveys, social media. We can build a countdown timer. We can add different images, that type of thing. So maybe for you, let me get out of here real quick. If you go to marketing, countdown timer, and we might have to build a new countdown timer per page, but let's just say this one. I'm just making something up. And this would be, what date is the event on?
17th of December.
So you put the 17th, and then up here, what time does it start?
10 a.m. Eastern.
And confirm. And we want to change the time zone to Eastern. And if we want to have an expire timer, like if they click on it, whatever, so we'd hit save. And if I go over here to timers, just because I built that timer second. Hang on one second. Just gotta hit refresh. I can bring that timer over and add it to the page. This is just an example. I don't know if this is what you'd want, but you could change the colors and everything inside that timer box. Maybe you want below that, you probably want some sort of message, or maybe you want this message to be above the timer. You can move all this stuff around, and put it however you want. Does that make sense, kind of?
Okay.
And when you click on the box, this side will open, and this is where we can put in a background image or a background color. So maybe we want, I'm just going to steal something offline. Uh, Image of Jet Exeter. Like, hopefully it won't sue me. Save image. Because I'm just making this up. And background color, we want an image, and we don't have the image, so let's upload the image. Right. And that looks bad, so I want to add more rows. I'm just using this as an example. Can change it. Oops. Well, I picked a bad image, didn't I? I always have it. You get the idea. I just picked a really bad image, that's all. So in here, you can have a headline, we can have bullet points, buttons, a video, anything we want. QR code. Is this making sense or no?
It does make sense. It's obviously time consuming, but yes, it does make sense.
It does, yeah. Yeah, we could have AI do it and see what it comes up with.
And for Chat GPT, you like that one, right?
If I was gonna have it build like code, for website building, I use Manus AI, which is what built this one. I just told it what
Okay.
to put in.
For chat, do you do the personal one or the business one?
For chat, I have a pro account, but I don't think you need that high of a level to get it to write code.
Yes.
I think you could do it on a free account if you want me to be completely honest with you. I want to build a uh, engaging, polished landing page for my event on what day is it? December 17th
Mm-hmm.
at 10 a.m. EST. The event is called Level Up. Whatever. Can you design and build me a professional landing page? Will need code HTML, CSS, Java, set. Something like this. I just made it up, but it, the more you give it, obviously the cleaner it's going to be, right? So it starts building all the code. And then right here, you're going to click on this plus. You're going to go down here to code. Well, and you'll have HTML, JavaScript code. You're going to click open code editor. And if we built it right, let's see, it's still cooking. Using AI to build websites. How crazy is that? There's a video on how to do all this that we did in the library. Jiminy Christmas. Todd, you're saying you can't write all this by hand?
I sure could. It would require me to go to school for a few years to learn it. But yeah, absolutely I could do it.
Hmm. Pretty soon, the only schooling you'll need is how do you prompt AI? If you stop and think about it, AI can do everything for you now. All you need to know is how to tell it what to do.
Hmm.
This is one long piece of code. ChatGPT has gotten a lot better. We didn't tell it anything about this event, too. How crazy is that? We'd have to give it all the images of like the speakers and stuff, and it would go and put them all in for you. Phone numbers, emails.
I mean, Chase is a regular speaker, but everyone else seems just to be changing over and over again. So,
It's almost done. We could have given it a website, or we could have given it a graphic to kind of focus on. So this, I'm not expecting this to be super detailed. All we did is it's called a level up event. That's what we told it. Oh my goodness, this thing is cooking. Built speakers, testimonials, registration form. This is where I'd probably build my own form and give it the code for the form. It even says you can replace this whole section with your phone, with your form, which is what I would probably do. It's easier to build workflows off of it. Countdown timer, footer. Get in there. Oh, that's cool. We didn't even tell it to optimize for mobile. There it is. Copy, paste, save, save, preview. Something like this. We didn't give it detail, but this is what it would build. So it builds like a form and, you know, people and the
Mm-hmm.
speaker, and you would tell it, oh, I want this to be in a different spot or I want this. So you just have to go and tell it. But it just built this all that code is this.
And then is it easy to just revise that for the next location?
Yeah, you can just build another page or you can go over here, copy this whole thing, put it back in and say, can you change it to this location and this
Okay.
date? And then come back and repaste it. Or you can build separate pages in here. Right? Level up Miami, level up Orlando, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
just clone it. Just clone the funnel step and then go edit it. So it has like the same theme. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I was thinking of building it with a calendar, but it's probably best to build it with a form. And the
You just
form,
tell you'd build a form under sites, build out the form, and then when you're in the form builder here,
hmm
let's say this is your form. We're just making this up. You'd go up here to integrate and share code and copy this code. And then that's what you would give ChatGPT for the form.
all right.
Does that make sense or no?
It's a lot,
Welcome to
but,
marketing.
but yes.
If I was gonna build it, that's how I'd build it. I would get all my stuff, like details about the event, pictures of everyone. I would upload those pictures to media storage, right? And I would say right here, get link, and this is what I would feed the initial prompt in ChatGPT when I was all the way up here
hmm
telling it what to do. I'd say, here's a picture of Chase, and then I would paste that link.
All right.
Here's the background I want, paste this link, whatever. I want this
Okay.
to be a plain theme where this is for real estate agents and mortgage professionals. This is, that type of thing. Here's the code for my form. That way, when it builds it the first time, it's more clean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all if you plan and gather all those things up front and then put it in ChatGPT, then take the code from GPT and put it into the funnel, then it would be more of what you're trying to accomplish, and it would save you time.
Yeah. And the Level Up Live tour website, giving it
Yeah.
that, does
Give
that
it
help?
that link. Here's everything about it. Yeah. The more information you could put in this right here and tell it what it is, the better it is going to be down here.
Okay.
So like in
Okay.
between these two sentences is where I would, and I'll put this in here so you could see.
So I've got a free account. I see there's also like a $20 deal and maybe a $30 deal.
Okay. I don't know the difference between them.
That was what I was going to ask. Yeah.
No. Other than how much you can do in it.
Hey Jeff, did you know up there where it says ChatGPT 5.1, do you ever hit that drop down?
I have.
Oh, we talked about it, I think. You don't use the thinking mode or anything like that, do you?
I don't do
Yeah,
what?
auto. If you use those different modes, it'll go, into different depth and all that kind of good stuff. So if you put it in thinking mode, it's going to research stuff supposedly longer before it pops out its solution.
That is true. That is true.
But I think you have that on all versions, Pro or just your free version, I think.
Correct. Or you can go right here where deep research, where you can do shopping research now. Agent mode. This is where the agent actually goes and does things for you. So I could turn on agent mode and say, hey, can you log into this or can you go order me Chinese food via DoorDash and it will go and do it.
What?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Yeah. I'm not joking. Right here.
So if you set it up with your logins for like Amazon or whatever, it'll go do what you tell it to do.
It can. Yeah. Can you go order me this, or this? Can you build me this spreadsheet? Can you go build me this presentation? You can connect Dropbox, you can connect your Gmail. Yeah.
I think we've talked about this, and I think one of the
I don't
differences
even know what
between the two,
Gmail I have in here. But I could say go respond. Can you go draft me a response to all my emails and
how
connect
do you
your
do that?
you're gonna connect your how do you do that? You're gonna connect your account or your
Uh-huh.
calendar. You can connect more things right here. So depending on what you use, you can connect a bunch of stuff to it. Zillow.
Send the emails and answers if it drafts a response for you.
What's that?
Where does it send them? If you tell it to answer your emails, where does it send those responses?
It would draft them in your email because you
In
connected
your
your email.
email. And there's that company out there, Fixer or whatever the hell it's called, that I don't particularly like. I'm gonna have to check this out, see how that works.
Well, they just launched it, so I don't know how good it is or not, but
I'm gonna check that out for sure. I think one of the differences, Jeff, between Pro and just your free version is the ability to make the GPTs over there versus just doing projects and that type of thing. I think it has the Pro version opens you up to where you have unlimited ability to build out your own agents and all that type of stuff. I think.
probably, probably. I don't know.
I have Pro and I have no clue. I Yeah, whatever. I'm probably paying for nothing, but who knows?
Go and find me a Las Vegas hotel and flight package.
I really would like to see how that answers your emails. I tried out that it's called Fixer, I believe,
Yeah,
and just did not like it, man. It took over my email, didn't like what it did. Just I got rid of it really quick.
I
But
have it. I know
I
what it.
like to have those auto replies where I can look at them and boom, shoot them off. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to check this out.
I don't know what email account's connected here, but I could go and uh, can you uh write me an email to Jeff at goatgenie.com asking when is a good time to meet and discuss a custom build out.
I'm gonna come back and say Jeff's a very busy guy. He doesn't have time to do it. Sorry.
I just
Kidding.
want to see if it writes me an email.
Ah, did it go? Hmm.
So you like connect stuff and then from here, watch.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to see how that works. So you have this connected to your Google Nexa account or what?
I don't think it's through Nexa. I think it's my DuPont lending one, but I could be wrong. See, preparing to send email.
Oh shit.
So now this is agent mode. So it's logging into the internet. It's logging into my Gmail, whatever. Pretty crazy, huh?
Oh, are you, hi.
Uh, have to research that a little bit more because I most of the emails I'll chat GPT nowadays to answer, and if I can get some auto drafts together, man, that'd be really cool.
Uh, how to send it? So I don't know if that answered your question. I don't really use it, so
With your workflows, Jeff, um, if you have a tech, let's say it's a text workflow, do you have yours set up where you have a bot that's automatically answering initial responses and that type of thing?
hang on, something was going on. So, do I have a workflow that responds to what?
So let's say you have an SMS workflow set up going out to your prospects, and it sends a text. The prospect responds. Do you have a bot that will auto respond
I do.
back to you? Do, yeah. That's next level for me. I was just curious. That's next level. I'm not going to
Well, if
mess
you
with it
watch the
right now.
video that we just did, that will show you how to build a bot. I mean,
The one you just
oops.
did.
Yeah,
All right.
we just built a bot. So,
Okay.
and
I
oh,
went into your voice bots the other day, but I want to do the text bot and